Anyway, when we last saw you guys, you were being hauled off by the stormtroopers to see the Supreme Leader. I guess that's one way to get an audience with the Queen. You really didn't need that old map after all, did you?
Hey, I told you I'd find her. Silence! Infidel! Infidel? You infect my world with your presence. Destroy her!
In case you don't recognize her, the Witch Queen is played by another Academy Award winner, Angelica Houston.
I'll overlap you on, so we both admit to your stupidity. Okay. You want to go again? Come here on that.
Oh, if she said, why have you come, then don't I say to bring a gift in?
Yeah, all right, you're right.
Tom and Barry Berman created the extensive makeup required to turn Angelica Houston into the Witch Queen. It took 3 hours every morning to apply the makeup. The rest of the morning was spent just getting her into the elaborate costume and then hoisting her on cables into her web of darkness.
Hard to get a girl's nails through mesh. They told me that I'd be suspended. They didn't go into details of the harness or anything. Frances said she would be more of a spider woman than a witch. She's referred to in the script as different things. Sometimes she's the witch, sometimes she's the supreme leader, sometimes she's witch queen, the woman with a planet of her own. But always evil.
To bring a gift, Your Highness, to someone as beautiful as you.
You think me beautiful?
Very beautiful within, Your Highness, but without a key to unlock it. And that is my gift to you.
So, let me see this gift.
Not only see, Your Highness, but hear.
Now the magic began. Amazingly, this motley crew really has some talent. They may eat hot dogs in space, but when things get tough, they can lay down a mean beat. And music is the key to Captain EO's power. That's a unique way of getting out of a jam. And that transformation of the warriors into EO's allies required some inventiveness, too. They turn off the camera, and the dancers in black are now replaced by dancers in orange. Then the scene is shot again. Later, the Disney animators draw in those jazzy optical effects and lay them over the dancers frame by frame. And when it's all put together, this is what it looks like. Captain EO, boy, this guy is really something. I mean, he is about power, but the right kind of power. I mean, he can... Well, you saw what he did. I mean, of course, in the studio, through the magic of special effects, you can be anybody you want. I mean, well, yeah. You know, special effects people have very warped sense of humor. This is not exactly what I had in mind, but I don't know. Dolly's look is... I don't know. What do you think? Is it me? I don't know. Come on, guys. Let's try something different, a little more subtle, okay? Well, this is a little bit better. I mean, no one ever accused Tina Turner of being subtle. I mean, but gee, does the wind ever blow through his hair? I mean, come on, fellas, surprise me, okay? Turn me into someone I can really get into. Come on, guys. You think Rambo is more subtle than Tina Turner? Okay, look. I think we've had enough fun making Whoopi, okay? Let's make Whoopi normal again, okay? Special effects aside, dancers can't just randomly snap. They have to be choreographed. And the choreographers were Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Hornaday. They worked closely with Lucas and Coppola in creating a dance sequence with tremendous power. Hornaday's career has included a broad range of work, from the solo dance routines of Flashdance to the unified choreography featured in A Chorus Line. The fantasy of A Chorus Line became reality at the open auditions for Captain EO's backup dancers. Now, the chance to work with Jeffrey Hornaday and Michael Jackson drew over 400 hopefuls. And for the 36 dancers who were chosen, the real work began at rehearsals.
2 lines so Jeffrey can see who you are.
Assistant choreographer Helene Phillips was responsible for taking the dancers through the basic routine.
And stop, 5, 6, push 8.
Here. Don't do it this way. Make sure it's reaching out. That's right.
1, 2, 3, and 4, 6, 8, and 8, and 2, and 4, 6, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
In the short time before filming began, Hornaday molded the 36 dancers into a cohesive unit, ready to back up Michael Jackson.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2. Woo!
Working with Michael has, for me, been a unique experience in that usually a choreographer will devise sequences of dance and then give it to the dancers to do and tell them to perform this, where Michael's talent and approach is so unique that you're limiting yourself by just giving him what you do.
Hornaday got the feeling for what Michael wanted to do, he began working with different groups of dancers who were to perform key sequences. Here we can see how the mechanical movements of breakdancing were adopted for the transformed niche warriors. In another studio, Tony Award-winning set and costume designer John Napier is doing his best to create costumes that reflect the evil nature of the Dark Planet, but which also allow for the flexibility of movement necessary for the complex dance routines. John Napier is best known for his work on several major theatrical productions. Designing the costumes for the dancers in the 3D film, however, presented him with a different kind of challenge.
What I'm doing with the costumes is, is trying to make people able to move in those things. They won't fall apart. In these kind of robotic characters, I'm just putting a lot of detail in because that'll work very well in 3D. And they have long, snake-like arms that are in fact whips. If you actually throw that whip out towards the audience, it's quite alarming.